Yo, what's up, y'all? Tap in, tap in, tap in. We have got some things to talk about tonight. I am back. This is the first podcast of the new year. Yeah. All right. All right. Um, Normally I play some music, but I'm not gonna play music tonight because I want to have your full undivided attention. I want to have your fully undivided attention. Sorry about the shirt. Um, I was doing some project cleaning up, but I had to jump on this live and talk about the list, the most dreaded list of all. We got rappers, the best rapper list. We got P. Diddy's list, but this list is going to surpass all of them. I bet P. Diddy publisher told him, bro, just lay low until the real list drop. Just lay low until the real list drop. Because once that real list drop, they ain't gonna think about you. You're gonna be a thought of the past. Okay, you just have to make sure the audio is on. So the Diddy's camp is like, look, when this when this other list drop, you ain't got shit to worry about because this list is it's gonna change the world. It's gonna change the world the way we think about it. Let me let you know something, okay? Something that I know, or something that has been proven to be true these last couple of years that I've seen. Older. Oh, Tony, my fault. Yeah, you're right. Jeffrey Epstein, the guy who hung himself, uh, quote unquote pedophile. He used to traffic young women uh, to famous people, very young women at the age of like 14 all the way to 16 or whatever like that. If you was over 16, you couldn't be in his camp. But he used to traffic younger women to these older men with money. And supposedly on this list is a lot of rich and wealthy people. Now let me take it back a little bit, y'all. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested. He was about to do life in prison, but they say he committed suicide in prison. I think a lot of people didn't want him to get his list to get out. So he committed suicide in prison or killed, whatever. But I don't try to do any conspiracies. So they say he killed himself in prison. Even his assistant, she's doing time because she helped him groom some of these younger women. Right. So the thing is, he had a black book, or matter of fact, he had an island. He was so rich from trafficking young women. He had a whole island where rich people can go and be with these young women. 14, 15. Like he would set it up 13, 11, maybe 10. And you can go and be with these rich, powerful men. Y'all think of what R. Kelly, see, this is the thing about it. I think they did R. Kelly that way because they wanted to pin something on somebody and make somebody look bad. Jay-Z, they say he was with younger women. Who else? Sean P. Diddy Combs, they say he was with younger women. This pales in comparison to what you're about to see. Because these are rich white men. Right? You don't see rich white men getting arrested. Like Elvis had a 13, 14-year-old girl. But to make a long story short, he had a list. He left evidence behind. A black book, so to speak, of people he was hooking up. He was hooking people up, putting them on dates. And so there's a list of people that he was hooking up. His black book got exposed. Let me let y'all know something. They say Bill Clinton was in there 50 times. I'm going to say that again. They say Bill Clinton our former president was in there 50 times. This man got pictures with Jeffrey Epstein hugged up like we boys. Because until it dropped that he was a sex pedophile, he was in that circle. Private planes. This man had an island. They wasn't doing it on American land. They was going to an island, fucking these young women. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The shit is about to go down. The Prince of England or whoever, whatever, the Prince was down with this shit. Fucking these younger women. He had people, his clientele was from all over the world, my nigga. In fact, who's that princess that got killed in that paparazzi? Princess Diana, her husband. He was fucking with Jeffrey. And they think maybe she was gonna come out. That's why they had to get rid of her ass. This shit is about to go down, my nigga. All of these men, powerful men, was with these younger women. Okay? You follow me so far? So, there's a list, a black book that's been exposed. This black book got people's names in it, and then the people who wasn't really involved, it's got their testimonies and videos of, yeah, I saw Bill Clinton, da-da-da-da-da-da, and he was da-da-da. They even got the housekeepers, the people who was keeping the island together, talking about who was over there doing what. What happened was it was a lawsuit. It was a lawsuit, not Jeffrey Epstein. It was another lawsuit. And what happened is within that lawsuit, they were they were sued to make this list public. So it's law now. This list has to be put out because it was in the lawsuit that this list be made public. So no ifs, ands, or buts, this motherfucking list is coming out. This list got to come out this week. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, but it's got to come out this motherfucking week. They gave everybody on that list 20 days to state your case as why you shouldn't be exposed. 20 days. If you couldn't tell why you shouldn't be exposed, why your name not being on that list would harm somebody else, do something harmful to somebody else, if you couldn't explain that shit, it's coming out. A judge had to prove it. Oh, yeah, we shouldn't do Bill Clinton because he, let me tell you something. Let me talk to you for a minute. If Bill Clinton couldn't get his name off of that motherfucking list, who the fuck you think can get their name off that list? Who? Who's more powerful than Bill Clinton? Who? That man was on there 50 times. Now, let's go back to the Monica Lewinsky thing. This man is a freak. I don't give a fuck what you say about Bill Clinton. He didn't do nothing for black folks, but put him in prison longer. He played the saxophone on, what's that? Arsenio Hall. That's about, he could have went on there and rapped. This man put on to play the saxophone, and that's how he got our vote. Oh, yeah, he just like us. Yeah, he black just like us. This man ain't do shit for black people. Let me tell you. Not a damn thing for black people. This man was a freak. He was getting his dick sucked by Monica Lewinsky in the White House. That's how much of a freak he was, because he probably toned down from what he was doing with Jeffrey Epstein. And he had to do it somewhere. That right there should let you know what the fuck was going down. Yeah, he wasn't gonna stop fucking Monica Lewinsky. The only reason he stopped fucking Monica Lewinsky is he got exposed. What's that one chick, that ugly chick or whatever? She exposed him and kept the dresses of she was collecting shit as he was like he was nut on her dress or whatever. And the other lady, Monica Lewinsky would tell that lady, and that lady would keep it as evidence. Collecting that shit. That man was a freak in the White House. Okay. Let me first to tell you that he was a freak. He come from that era. He come from that disco era type shit where people were just freaks and free love. That's the type of era he came from. Pills and shit. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby type era. Bill Cosby ain't do nothing wrong. Y'all, a lot of people hate me when I say that. Bill Cosby didn't do nothing wrong. That's the era that they lived in. They pop pills. They snort cocaine. Until the day and time started changing, they didn't look at it like that. It's going to be things that we do today in 20 years. It's going to be like, damn, why we do that? This Me Too movement has brought down more black men than I think the Me Too movement was to bring down black men, black entertainers, to be honest with you. Because who was that? New Kids on the Block, the most innocent group that you could ever think of. New Kids on the Block had an interview, and they said that moms would fuck the managers just so their daughter could meet New Kids on the Block and fuck them. This is the era that we lived in. This is New Kids on the Block. So imagine Aerosmith. You go back and watch NWA when they had like 20 bitches in the room naked, just going around fucking whoever they wanted to fuck. There was this one star, he was saying that he came out of his dressing room and would go downstairs and pick like 5 women. Y'all come on to the room. And they're gone. That's the era that they lived in. 20 years now, you're like, damn, they was nasty. But that's how they live. Free. Do you know what free love was? In Woodstock? That's shit they don't show you in Woodstock. Motherfucker just fuck anywhere. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm gonna fuck. They didn't even, I don't even know your name. Let's just fuck. I feel good. I'm high. Let's fuck. That's the era they lived in. They high. They on speed. Whatever. They fucking. So I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying you have to understand that's the era that they lived in. That's free love. Well, it's free. Female charge $40 now. It's free back then. It's free. Hey, how you doing? I want to fuck. Okay, yeah. It's free. Free love. That's what it was. But this list is white and black millionaires, billionaires, fucking young women, young ladies. He had a whole island set up to do that shit. Now, if he had an island and he was just doing prostitution and they was like 19, 20, then it wouldn't be so bad. But these were very young women. You have to understand that's the type of prostitution. He was basically child trafficking, sex trafficking young women. That's what he did. He sex trafficked young women. Jeffrey Epstein. That's what he was about. Sex trafficking young women. And he sex trafficked them to older, rich men. That's what he did. And so there's a list that's going to come out this week. It's already scheduled to come out. There's no holding it back. There's nothing that anyone can do. It's going to come out. It's probably going to have people like Bill Cosby on it. It's going to have some of the most powerful people on it, because let me tell you something. For whatever reason, people with a lot of money like it young. I don't know what it is. To be honest with you, people with a lot of money like it young. I didn't know Foxy Brown was like 14, 15 when she got in the industry, and Jay-Z was fucking her in. They had songs together talking about how they was fucking. You remember that shit? They just made her look older. She was like 14, 15 when she came into the industry. That shit was going to be exposed. The other chick that was on Love and Hip Hop, he was fucking her, and when he got with Beyonce, he not only dropped her from the label, he called her before she went to her prom. Not he had his manager call her right as she was getting ready for her prom and drop her from the label. Passed her off to Ray J. Like Ray J, yo, that dude, Ray J, Diddy, them dudes, he might look innocent. That dude been in it for a minute. Fucking young women. Young. Um Aaliyah around. R. Kelly married her. After he was done, Jay-Z wanted her. But she didn't want Jay-Z. She wanted Dame Dash. She met her demise. Beyonce took her spot. The songs they was writing for Aaliyah, Beyonce got. They gave them to Beyonce. So this shit is wild, yo. The industry, that shit when it happened to P. Diddy, it exposed the industry for what it is. It's a lot of trans shit going on in the industry. It's a lot of that shit going on. A lot. But we ain't gonna get into all that. That's way deep. Like Hollywood is demonic, y'all. Hollywood is demonic. Hollywood, that whole era is demonic and has always been demonic. So I'm just saying, this list is coming out tomorrow. Um, and it's gonna be something that you guys, I don't know. I don't even know if the world is ready for this type of exposure. I don't know. I listen to conservative radio and it's talking about on conservative radio. They said that this is going to be the story that everybody's going to stop. Everybody's going to start talking about this. They're going to stop talking about whatever else they're talking about. Trump, he might be on the list. Maybe he might be on the list. But there's going to be a lot of people on the list. And Bill Clinton was one of the people who was on that list constantly. You're going to see a lot of people on that list. Like I said, Princess Diana's husband, that dude, he's on the list. He was over there in the island a lot. So you know if he can't get off the list, if Bill Clinton can't get off the list, James said he can't wait to see it. Yeah, James. But that's the thing. You that's how you, I mean, I know you're anticipating that you want to see it, but really you might not want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stars, a lot of people we grew up with that we loved and enjoyed, and they had their sitcoms and they made us laugh, and we sat in a living room and with our families and shit. Like that. That's, do you know that's gonna unravel the whole fabric of what we thought we knew. It's gonna unravel all of that shit. Who was I watching? It's like when Bill Cosby got exposed and he did all this shit. Like, who it was I watching? Who was I thought that was my TV dad? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna fuck a lot of people up mentally. That's the scary part about it. I know we all anticipating that we want to see the list, but everything ain't what they say was in the dark gonna come to the light always. And this is the epitome of that, the epiphany of that. If that's what I'm saying it right. What is exposed, what is in the dark, will eventually come to the light. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. So like I said, y'all, it's coming out, and we're gonna definitely see who was all on that list. What do y'all think? Let me do something real quick here. Let me do something real quick. Okay. So just to recap, this list is going to come out this week. Jeffrey Epstein, and what it is that he is a quote unquote child pedophile. It's he went to jail for messing with younger kids, and what he would do, sex traffic young kids. He would take them over to what we consider island, a privately owned island. You have to be somebody to be over in this private island. You had to be somebody of big major stature to go over to this island and mess with these young kids. You had to be. So there's a list that's coming out. It's coming out this week. The reason why it's coming out because there was a lawsuit. This lawsuit, not Jeffrey Epstein's lawsuit, but it was another lawsuit. In this lawsuit, one of the verdicts was that this list had to be exposed. So it's no turning back. The judge said it had to be exposed. This week is the week that's supposed to be exposed. The date was set. They gave everybody 20 days to get your lawyer, basically convince the judge that your name shouldn't be on this list because it would cause too much drama in the world. Okay. Very hard to get off the list because I'm gonna tell you, Bill Clinton is on this list. And he's supposed to be on there at least 50 times. So I'm not saying that Bill Clinton, don't get me wrong and say, oh, he said Bill Clinton and then Bill Clinton induced it. I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is that Bill Clinton had 50 transactions with this man. And if you was grow up and it grew up in the era where I did, and you seen a Monica Lewinsky thing, and you heard the evidence that came out of the Monica Lewinsky thing, and then you think, man, Bill Clinton had 50 interactions with this man. Why? For what? What was he doing? What the fuck? Why did he have 50 interactions with this dude? But what I'm saying to you is that even Bill Clinton couldn't get off this list. Even Bill Clinton couldn't get off this list. If off the top of my head, if I go back and think who I think is on the list, Sammy Davis Jr. probably was on this list. You know what I'm saying? What list are you talking about? Jeffrey Epstein's list, his black book of appointments. He made a book, a list of appointments that he was setting up for these powerful men to go over to this island to fuck young women, ages starting probably from the young as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You think R. Kelly was bad? This is gonna make R. Kelly look like a saint. It's gonna make R. Kelly look like a saint. In fact, they should probably think about letting him out anytime now. Um, Princess Diana husband, he was over there a lot. He spent a lot of time on the island. There are known people, and he was exposed when this Jeffrey Epstein thing came out. He was exposed in his own country for going over there. He was shamed in his own country because he spent so much time over on that island, fucking younger women. But there was just no proof. There's no proof. This is the proof. This is the proof. and we all going to be able to see it this week. I said tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure that it's going to be tomorrow. But they said this week. It's got to happen this week. Let me respond to some of these people, because I just want to be interactive on here too. So I'm gonna say Jeff. Say list of free. Yeah, that man kept a black book of all the stuff that he was doing, of all the hookups he was doing. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is what I think. I think when because we heard that P. Diddy was doing sex trafficking, right? They said the music industry wasn't it never been really good, quote unquote, to P. Diddy himself. His people fine, but the type of lifestyle P. Diddy wanted, music was never bringing that type of money in for him. You know what I'm saying? That's why he tried to keep so much of his entertainers' money, because it just wasn't enough money for what he was trying to do. But this is my thought, and we going into conspiracy theory. I think that they were grooming P. Diddy to take over Jeffrey Epstein's position. So like P. Diddy was like getting people, young women, to entertainers and stars. And they did it with Aaliyah. Except for P. Diddy was not only grooming women, he was grooming young boys too, like Justin Bieber. Um, I think they was passing that young man around in the industry. Cat Williams said one time, Cat Williams got drunk and got on social media and said that JD was worse than R. Kelly. He said JD was worse than Diddy, a grooming young man. And I didn't believe that shit. I had to sit back and think, like, damn, what the fuck? Like, you think about Crisscross, and dude ended up committing suicide. Why? Or a drug overdose. He said he want to know. But we're talking about black people. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be white more. It's going to be no, I can't say that. It's going to be a lot of white people. It's going to be some black people in there too, but it's going to be a lot of white people. Like Chevy Chase might be on there. Like for real, like a lot of your stars that you grew up with, the whole cast of Friends might be on there. You got to think, who was that? Who's these stars that committed suicide? Who was that dude that committed suicide? We all thought he was sane or funny. No, and that's what I told. I had an argument with this girl, James. I had an argument with this girl, and I told her I was gonna talk about the weed laws. And she was like, "Why are you talking about the weed laws? Everybody know about the weed laws because they watch the news." And I was telling her, "No, the fuck they don't. Black people do not watch the news." And this was on a date. That's why I don't go out with dates a lot, because I think I'm a thinker. Y'all give me too much time to think, goddamn it. And we got a whole argument because I was telling her, but I was telling her right. Black people do not watch the news. If it don't come out on Facebook, we don't know. And we got a whole argument because she feel like black people know the weed laws. No, the fuck we don't. We don't know the weed laws because we don't watch the news. We don't read. We don't do none of that shit. Do y'all know it's new laws that came out this year on January the 1st? It's new laws. One of those laws I was reading today, you can't even be on face. You can't be FaceTiming nobody. I don't give a fuck if you got them things in your car hanging. You can't be FaceTiming nobody. You can't be live driving. If they catch you live driving, that's a ticket. Do you know that? No. Because people don't motherfucking read. And laws are not excused by ignorance. Do you? Who the fuck is we? Come on, help me. Stop it. Stop it. Only people I know about is us. That's the only people I know about is us. And I'm not going to sit here and start an argument with you about that. The only people I know about is us. Black people. There, you want to hear me say it? Black people. We don't read like that. That's just not in our nature. I seen I think it's Norman Gates. Shout out to Norman Gates. Really positive dude. He was in the library today. And it took me back because I ain't been in the library in so long. I was like, where you at? I ain't been in the library in so motherfucking long. We don't read. I'm not talking about magazines. I'm talking about Facebook. I'm talking about a book. My nigga, a book. A thick ass book. We don't read. We don't watch the news. We'll read the Journal Star with little clips, and that's why they keep. And journalism. The thing about journalism, write the story, you gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, because they know people are only gonna read the first part of the news story. When it starts getting into the information, this is where he was, this is where we're gonna yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dude got shot on Milman Street. It was 2 guns and 2 pistols. The time was 4:00 in the morning. Alongside of him, it was fuck that. I ain't trying to hear all that shit. That's they put the most salacious stuff up front because that's what we listen to. These are facts. It's not Johnny facts, it's the facts. We don't read. Our attention span is this. That's why TikTok is so popular. There's little clips. Little clips. They give it little clips. Little clips. Little clips. Little second clips. That's why TikTok's so popular. That's why Instagram, oh no, what's that? Snapchat. Snap a chat. It's quick. Because we got things to do. We got to move on. We got to move on. We can't, our attention span is so short. And the younger generation coming after that, they attention span shorter than ours. They don't give a fuck what happened in the past. They don't care. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. It's quick. I want to know what happened today. It may be what might happen tomorrow. And that's it. Anything beyond that, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. That's you wasting my time. Now, when I say we, let me break this down for Ebony. When I say we, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the majority of us. We don't read. That's one of my goals is to start back reading. Straight up. This year, because I gotta read I want to read salesman books. I want to read how the mind works. And I'm just getting off into a tangent. But I want to read. I want to read. This is my goal is to read, but I don't have time to read. I gotta work. It's not all of our fault because we gotta work. We got kids. We got other shit going on. To sit down and take an hour out of a day, a whole hour out of a day to read, that's too much. That's too much time. So I'm gonna jump on Facebook and find out what's happening. You mean I gotta put my phone down and stroll? I can't stroll TikTok for an hour to read, my nigga? Shit that's gonna take me a nah. Niggas ain't on that shit. We ain't never been on that shit. We wasn't on that shit in school. They made us do that shit. We wasn't on that shit in school. I've never run across I've never, ever ran across a black person and said, I gotta get a book in my hand and read from front to beginning, from front to end. I gotta read. I've never ran to that person, ever. I run to white people like that a lot. They read. Asian people, they read. We don't read. So I'm gonna got this Facebook, y'all. I've been on here long enough. These are people just popped in, they was asking about it. So I'm gonna do some more about this, but it's gonna get crazy, y'all. And I just I hope y'all ready. I hope we as a society are ready for something like this. I know, like James said, he ready, but I don't know. It's scary. What a time to be alive, right? What a time to be alive. So that's all I'm gonna talk about. Make sure y'all tap in, make sure y'all go back and watch this. And you know, we're gonna talk about some more. Let me make my notes here real quick, because if I don't and I get off this live, and I'm gonna lose everything. While I do this, you can ask questions if you want to. I'm just signing off. But yeah, we in for a treat. I don't even know if I would call it a treat. We in for some real bullshit, y'all. The shit is about to hit the fan. For real, for real. What a time to be alive. Where's this thing at? Oh my god, I can't do what I need to do. It's just pissing me off. Okay, here. Welcome to notes. Okay. Let me see here. Paste that. And then, what a time to be alive. That's all I can say. James said he ready for that list. He said he want to see it. Oh, it's like the world telling us aliens exist. Some of us ain't ready to see that list, but We about to see it. So I'm gonna sign off. I got my notes in here. So if you want to, you can go back and watch this live. It's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna stay my ass up and put this on YouTube. If that's the last thing I do, I'm gonna stay my ass up and put it on YouTube. I don't know why it's frozen on my thing, but we out, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all signing in. Make sure y'all subscribing to my page. Keeping up with everything. All right, cool. We out.